Today we're going to make a really fun self-portrait. And a self-portrait is when an artist draws a picture of themselves. And lately, when we're walking around, we see something different on people's faces, even our own. We see masks. So masks are something that have become very popular, and we are going to be drawing a self-portrait of ourselves wearing a mask. Now, not just any self-portrait of ourselves wearing a mask. Look at how adorable this is. So when it's closed, you see this little girl is wearing a mask with flowers on it. And then when you open it, you see she's happy and all of the words that tell us something about her. She's nice, she's artsy, kind, helpful, smart, and funny. When you close it, you see the self-portrait she is wearing and the mask. So here is another one of a boy. You can see that he definitely likes fish. And when you open it up, he's got a different kind of a smile and the words that are special to him. I'm going to show you just a few more before we begin making our own. This little girl has ponytails. She has a rainbow with a little heart peeking out from behind the rainbow. She's got a little cute crooked smile. She's kind, intelligent, bright, friendly, sweet, and colorful. And then we have one here at the end. They are wearing a mask with a palm tree and the sun and maybe some waves in the back. They have glasses, some freckles, and even braces. So before we begin, I definitely want to mention that this cute idea came from another art teacher named Casey Stevens, and she is on YouTube, and I want to make sure that I definitely let you know who she is because she's got a lot of really fun projects. So we are going to begin. So go ahead and open up your sketchbook, and we are going to turn our sketchbook sideways, okay? Now you're going to open up one page. So I'm going to open up the first page of my sketchbook, and now we are going to begin. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to fold the paper. So I am going to take these two bottom corners and I'm going to connect them to the top two corners, which is the center of my sketchbook. So I'm going to take the top or the bottom corners and I'm going to fold it up. Make sure that corner and corner are connected. Put my finger in the middle, and then I run my fingernail to the end. So I have one fold so that it opens almost like a folder. The opening is at the top. Okay, I'm going to show you again. I'm going to take the bottom two corners and I'm going to connect them to the top two corners. So I'm going to take it, bring it to the top. Okay, just like this. So go ahead and do that. Now, once I have it folded at the top and I have a nice crease, I'm going to take the top flap and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to connect the top two corners to the bottom two corners. So I'm going to take it and fold it over, hold it in the middle, and I'm going to run my finger and my fingernail across the top. So now I am ready to begin drawing. So here we go. I am going to start by making the eyes. So I'm going to take my finger right to the center of my paper, pressing the fold down, and I am going to draw like the top of a rainbow. And then I'm going to connect it at the bottom. You can draw any kind of eyes you want. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. We're going to make this kind of fun and cartoony. Now to my eyes, I am going to draw another little hill. That's going to be the iris. That's the colored part of your eye. So I did it to both eyes, and now I am going to draw another one, and this one is the pupil. That's the black spot in your eye that you see from. So I'm shading in the pupil. And now I'm going to add a little circle here. We've talked about this before. That makes it look like the eyes are shiny and makes them look much more realistic. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give my eyes some eyelashes. You can give your eyes eyelashes or not, but it's up to you. And now it's time for the eyebrows. So the eyebrows are going to be right above the eye, one over here and one over here. And it's okay if they're not exactly the same. Mine are not exactly the same because eyebrows are not twins. So it's okay if they're a little different. Now I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna put it just right in between the eyebrows, and I'm just gonna go up just a little bit, and I'm going to put a little dot, okay? That lets me know where my pencil needs to go. So I'm gonna take my pencil and put it right on the dot, and I'm gonna make a curved line until it touches the fold of my paper. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so this is gonna give me some space for some hair, okay? Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm gonna take my finger, I'm gonna put it in the middle, but I'm gonna bring it all the way down to the bottom, and I'm going to connect, I'm gonna make a little dot, and I'm going to connect the side of the face to the circle, to the dot, and I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. Okay, now this is going to be our mask. So I'm gonna go right to where the fold is, and right underneath the fold, I'm gonna make a little dot, and I'm just gonna curve it down, and I'm going to curve it down this way. Okay, we can add some patterns in just a minute, but I'm going to give myself some ears, maybe a little detail in the ear. So half of my ear is on the top part of the fold, half of my ear is on the bottom of my fold. Maybe I want to add earrings. I like to accessorize with earrings. Okay, and now it's time for my hair. So I am going to do a little wavy line here, and then I'm going to do another wavy line here. And my hair is just gonna come straight down. Now I'm going to do my neck, so I'm gonna go right to where my pupil is, and I'm just gonna come straight down and make a line. I'm gonna come right over here and do the same thing and make a line. Now you can decorate your mask however you like. Think about things that you love. I love flowers, so I am going to draw some flowers. The flowers can all be different. They can all be the same. I'm gonna make them all the same, but I really wanna make them. So now I am going to open it up, and we're gonna work on the inside. So I'm going to put my finger right in the middle of the paper where there is a fold, and I'm gonna make another little mark that's going to guide me, and I'm going to connect the side of the face to that mark, and I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. Okay? Now I am going to finish off the ears, and maybe in this part I'm wearing different earrings. So maybe I'm wearing earrings with a little cross on them. The one on the outside, I was wearing earrings with a heart on them. Okay, you can make the nose however you want. Since this is more of a cartoon, fun portrait, I'm gonna make it just a little cute nose like this, with maybe a little crooked smile. I think that one is adorable. You can add some teeth or not, or braces, maybe show your tongue a little bit. Okay, now in the closed portrait, my hair was down, but sometimes I really like to wear my hair in a braid. So before I do that, I'm going to draw the neck, and again, I'm not gonna pass this line, so I'm gonna go straight from my pupil, and I'm gonna go down, and I'm gonna draw the line here. And now I'm going to draw a little braid. So I'm going to pretend like it's in a little ponytail over here. And I have a braid. Okay, now in the center right here is where we want to write at least 6 words that tell us who you are or what you love to do. I love art, so I am going to write art. And if you can write in bubble letters or fancy letters, go ahead and do that. I'd like to think that I am funny sometimes. So over here, I'm going to do it a little differently. I would like to think also that I am kind. And I'm going to make these letters all capital. So I'm trying to make each word in a different kind of letters. So I have art, kind, funny. I'm going to put smart because we are all smart. Maybe on the end of these, I am going to put polka dots. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to fit 2 more. Let me think. I'm going to put teach. And what else? What else? Happy. I'm going to put happy over here. Okay, so now that I have my 6 words, I have my self-portrait on the inside, I have my self-portrait with my mask on. Now I can outline it with my Sharpie. Now, one thing that I like to do is when I'm going to use my Sharpie inside of my sketchbook, I like to put a napkin underneath or a piece of paper underneath so that it doesn't go through. It might go through to the back, but as long as it doesn't go through too many papers. So make sure that you put something in between to really protect your pages in your notebook. And when you outline it with your Sharpie, make sure that you really take your time. Okay, you worked really hard on the drawing. You don't want to rush the Sharpie. The Sharpie is just going to give it a cleaner edge. It's going to make it look more animated, more like a fun cartoon, which is what we're looking for. There'll be other days when we're drawing realistic portraits, but in this case, this one is just a fun, cute self-portrait of us with our masks on. So take your time. If you can't think of words that describe who you are, you can ask your parents or a friend to help you with that. Sometimes I know it's a little difficult when you're describing yourself. Sometimes it's easier to describe somebody else. So I am going to continue here and allow you to go ahead and get started, okay? So have fun with this, boys and girls. Remember, we always start with pencil so that if we make a mistake, we can erase it. Mistakes are always a good thing. If you make a mistake, erase it. Do not tear out your page in your notebook. Do not scribble it. Use your eraser. So for example, right here, I didn't stay on the line very well, so I need to erase that line. Make sure it's nice and clean. And next week when we get together, we are going to color it. So please do not color your self-portrait. All I want you to do today is to draw it and trace it with Sharpie, because next week we are going to talk about color and value.